collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Well-Crafted Escape 3-pack from the new Minecraft movie line of figures from Mattel. So these are, essentially all 4-inch scale. This large pig ogre guy is a little bit bigger, but that's because he should be bigger in scale with the other characters. Now, I don't really know anything about this movie or really Minecraft in general, but I saw this in the store and I was like, wow, Jason Momoa's in this movie, because the likeness on this figure I thought was so good that I could tell instantly it was supposed to be Jason Momoa. And I went back and looked it up, and it is him. So he is in the movie. So this is just street clothes Aquaman to me. If I wanted to have a Jason Momoa figure before he transforms into Aquaman, I got that covered. Also, I just really liked the look of this like ogre pig monster figure. I just thought he looked really cool. And then this little kid's along for the ride. So you can see it's kind of like bubble on card packaging, but it's built out a little bit. You know, you have like a little spire here made out of cardboard. I guess you could try to save that if you wanted to. And then you get a couple accessories as well. If we spin it around to the back, you can see they each have like this flight pack. He's got a weapon here. And then the monster guy has an axe, which looks pretty cool. They advertise the other figures that are available that I took a look at previously. So I don't know how much more is coming in this line. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But so far, these are the only like 4-inch scale figures that I know of. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. So here are the 3 figures out of the packaging. I guess we'll start with the little kid. Unfortunately, the wing backpack makes him really top heavy, so it's very difficult to get him to stand unless you kind of have him pitched all the way forward. But basically how these work, you can just kind of move the wings up, I guess. So, there's a scene probably in the movie where they're flying away, I'm guessing. But otherwise, if you want to just take these off, they're loose enough that you can just kind of slide them back over the arms, and then you can just put that off to the side if you want. So I don't know this actor, but I feel like it's a pretty decent likeness. I looked it up to see what he looked like, and I think it's a pretty good likeness. I think the paint for the eyes is nicely done. The hair is not bad. Head can swivel from side to side. It's a little tight on mine. You have a little bit of up and down, not a ton. You have hinge there and rotation in the shoulder. You have a hinge and a rotation in the elbow. The forearm and hand are all one solid piece, so nothing at the wrist. I feel like the hoodie looks pretty good. Pretty nice recreation there. And just like with Jack Black or Steve, you can see the kind of denim texture quality to the pants. I think they did a pretty good job with that, the pockets and everything. You can kick pretty decently forward, kick out to the side, maybe 45 degrees. Can't really go back because of the way the butt is molded. And then you have a hinge and a rotation at the knee. A little tight on mine, but you can move it around. And then the sneakers look pretty good too. I think they did a nice job with that as well. So, just a cool little figure. He does have this kind of crazy gun, like an old-time musket or something. I'm not really quite sure what's going on with that, but you can put that in his hand. So we'll just pop that in there. And there you go. And it's pretty nicely detailed. You have the brown, you have the kind of gunmetal gray, you have the other little detailing there in the light tan color. Yeah. Interesting little weapon. Now, without the backpack, he really doesn't have too much trouble standing. It's just the backpack makes him so top-heavy. Next up, we have Aquaman. See, Mattel has the DC license. They're already sneaking in Aquaman figures. But yeah, I don't know who Jason Momoa plays in this movie, but he kind of looks like a wrestler or something, the way he's dressed. He's got these like tassels on the back of his jacket here, and I don't really know. It looks like a picture of maybe him as a lion. I don't really know what's going on there on the t-shirt. But I feel like the likeness is pretty good. Did a nice job with the hair and the beard. All that looks pretty good. For whatever reason, the wings on his backpack are ridiculously loose. I don't know what happened. I guess it's just a, QC issue thing. But you can kind of move them around, but this one doesn't really hold its position, which is kind of a bummer. But I'll be honest, I don't personally care about these backpack pieces all that much. But the figures are really good. Like I said, I think the jacket's really well done. It's kind of a rubbery texture here for this part. You can open it up a little bit if you'd like to see a little bit better about the t-shirt there. But then the arms are done in the same color to match the jacket. If you somehow were able to get this jacket off, you would see that the sleeves, the arms are done in the pink, and so they would not match just the t-shirt if you tried to take the jacket off. But he's got a lot of tassels. So head, side to side, a little bit of up and down, but really not much because of the way the hair is done. But you got a nice hinge and a rotation there. in the elbow. I'm sorry, that's the shoulder. This is the elbow. You got a hinge and rotation there as well. And you can see some of the tassels go with the arm and some are connected to the top part of the arm. So you've got multiple facet tassels there. Nothing in the waist, but the hips can kick decently forward, decently out to the side. They gave him these kind of ripped jeans, which, you know, I think they achieved that pretty nicely. Again, I feel like the texture and the detail for the pants are pretty well done. I like the sneakers as well. I think those look pretty good. And then you have the typical hinge and rotation at the knee as well. So yeah, pretty cool figure. Nicely detailed. Little 4-inch Aquaman in civilian clothes there. But then the coolest part of this has to be the giant pig goblin warrior, whatever we're calling this. It's hefty. I mean, you can feel right away. Like, you pick this up and you're like, okay, this is what I expect this to weigh. Same for the kid. But this dude, he's got some heft to him. He's really solid. But he looks good. You know, he's got his little skirt piece here with the skull. Nice detailing on the, like, necklace. All of the kind of wraps and pieces he's got here on the arms. The head looks great. The head can kind of move side to side. A little bit of up and down as well. Really nice hinge and rotation on the arms. You could just about get them all the way. Yeah, you can get them all the way around. And then the out to the side hinge is pretty good. Nothing in the elbows because this is all one solid piece here, which I think makes sense for the way it's molded. And then you have ball joints there in the hip, so you can kick forward. Can't really kick back all that far, but pretty decent out to the side movement. And you can already see there's nothing in the knees because his legs are so stumpy. And then he's got the little axe weapon. We can take that out of his hand if we wish. It's kind of a little bit, it's fairly solid, but it does have a little bit of give to it, a little bit of wiggle, and I think that's just how you have to get it into his hand. They didn't want it to be so rigid that it would break or anything like that. But it's still pretty solid, and really nicely detailed. I think it looks good. I like the pixel quality to the axe, but it's, you know, you have the brown and then the kind of gunmetal gray. It looks good. I like this guy a lot. I really do. Honestly, he is easily my favorite part of the pack. But it's not to say that these other two figures aren't good, because they're perfectly fine. They're just, you know, maybe if I end up seeing the movie and I know who the characters are, they'll mean more to me. But as far as I'm concerned, that's Jason Momoa. So if you just want a 4-inch Jason Momoa action figure, you can go right ahead with that. I don't know who this guy is. This guy is awesome. But, yeah, he's great. Really, really like this quite a bit. This was $29.99 at Target. I believe this 3-pack is a Target exclusive. I could be wrong about that, but that's the only place I've seen it so far. I have not seen it at Walmart. The other 4-inch figures I've seen at both. This 3-pack I've only seen at Target. Now, maybe these figures will be released separately at other stores. I don't know, and the 3-pack itself might only be exclusive to Target. I'll have to look into that, but so far, I've only seen it at Target. So if you're looking for this, $29.99. It's basically $10 a figure, which I feel like is perfectly fine. You know, most 4-inch figures are about $10, and this guy's a little smaller, but this guy's kind of huge, so I feel like they even out. And then you do get the little backpacks as well. This one, solid. This one, a little loose. I was gonna say, it's just a pin, so I don't even think I can tighten that in any way, unfortunately. If it was a screw, I could try tightening it, but it's just a pin. But they're okay. I mean, as far as little backpack accessories go, they're not much, but they're all right. But yeah, fun little 3-pack. Definitely recommend if you're a fan of these guys. I wish these guys were sold separately so I could get a couple of them because I don't need multiples. But I wouldn't mind having 2 or 3 of these guys. Really think he's pretty cool. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.